Greetings everyone, this is Elizabeth and it's October 8th and I'm working on another fall/Halloween card, and that just means that the elements will work either way. You just have to change a little bit to make it more fall or more Halloween. And today it's gonna be a little bit more complex. We're gonna do a couple of stamps, some alcohol ink coloring, some ink smooshing, and some stamping. And for this sugar skull, I did cut it out of vellum. Now this is an old Darice emboss and cut, and so what you would do is you run it through your embossing sandwich and then you send it through the cut sandwich, and it cuts it out this beautiful sugar skull, which we're gonna color on fast forward mode. I'm gonna work on the normal 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then this is just a little bit smaller at 4 and 5 1/4. Hopefully I said that right. But you can work on any size you like. I'm using Hurley's Peel Apart. I can't remember which one this is called. Fresh Cut Flowers. And this is a Stampendous background stamp from 2017. So you can use whatever you have available. And let's get started. First thing we need to do is lay down some color. We need to ink up this lovely panel. And so I've got some orange with our traffic cone. I got some Crown Me in our purple, and then a little bit of Overzealous. Okay, right on your craft mat so you can squirt. The more water you add, the less pigmented it gets. And I'm going to pop in that corner. I'm going to pop in that corner. Ooh, look at that. And I don't care if I make brown, because brown, oh, look at that. Brown is a fall color. So I just re-wet it, and I'm just gonna pick up the remaining color just so we don't waste anything. Just load it up. Oh, look at that. This is just normal 65 pound accent opaque. You think I'd remember it? It's the only one I use like all the time. Ugh, look at that. I love it. Let me dry this up, because there's not much pigment left after all that water and picking it up with our ink smooshy. Okay, so we do need this to be dry so that we can stamp our next layer. I'm gonna hit it with the heat tool and be right back. And it's all dry, and I can tell because the paper is all nice and warm. There's no damp spots, and it's not cold anywhere. Wet paper is kind of cold, and you can see that it's kind of bendy. You can just kind of bend it back, but I'm not too worried about it at this stage because we're just going to do some stamping on top of it. And for that, I'm going to get my Stampendous all inky. And this one I'm gonna do in a light gray, and that's Hurley's Woof. So I just kind of rub it on there and then tap it on to make sure I don't have any harsh lines. And then we're just gonna set this right in the center, give it some push, some love, and I don't care if it gets all bent out of shape and the image doesn't work, because we're going for grungy. I love it. You can just faintly see that gray color in there. This is one of my favorite stamps. I use it all the time. Easy cleanup. Simon's inks are, water-based, so we can just give them a little squirt of water and they're good to go. Now, because this is a peel apart, hence we get to peel it apart, I want to set it up my way because if I use it how it is, I'm gonna get weird cut-offs. Because see, it cuts off in the center of my page and I don't want that. So I'm just going to add it all in on my own. Just like so. And get this little guy right there. So you can design this any way you like. I think actually I'm gonna make that one go off the page a little. Let me get that one in there. And we'll use 2 leaves up here. There we go. And just gonna grab my We Are Memory Keepers positioning tool. I've had this for a while. It was my first positioning tool before Tim Holtz and all that. But it's really loose. The little peg holes are really loose. It does have a base so you can re-stamp, but it was still giving me double stamping. But I like it for this method when I just want a free range, a lot of stamps, and I just ink that up in black. I was gonna do it in Guppy. Yeah, I do. I want to do it in Guppy. Okay, so we don't want to waste that because I made a boo-boo. We're just going to grab another panel and grab that. This happens, right? We all do this. I'm so used to stamping in black that when you want to change and it's sitting right there, we just kind of forget. But that's all right. It'll just give me another panel to play with. Look at that. I love it. Okay, let me clean my mess. Okay, now we are back with the Guppy. Oops, oops, oops. What we have here is a little bit of water under that stamp. And we don't want that. We want them to stick nice and good. Just dry them off. They'll stick back down. There we go. So we're going to take our little Guppy. Kind of ink it down. And I want to make sure it's going to be nice and rich. And it looks pretty good. Let's see. Got a little extra right there. And a little extra right there. Okay. So now we can flip and stamp. And if you have a big old acrylic block, this will do the same thing. You don't have to go out and get another press. It's just what I have, and you know, it just sometimes that's how it goes. Ooh, that is so much better. Look at that. Ooh, I like that. And then this little guy is going to sit right on top, and you can kind of see that back in there. Either way, that still looks good like that. Then we'll get him colored up, and we'll be good to go. Let me clean this. Where is... Clean it up with this one. So this one we stamped. We're just going to pick up those colors. Just, oh, look at that. Okay, so we stamped by accident, cleaned up our mess. We're good to go. Let's cover that up. Don't want that drying out. Now for our skull, I'll bring you down a little bit. And what we're gonna do, after we plug in our phone so we don't lose battery, we are gonna color the back side. And hopefully everything turns out right. I'll zoom through this section and we'll see you on the other side. What do you guys think? And then we flip and we get a faint version of it. Oh, I like it. And then we just put that on there. And I gotta decide how I'm gonna attach that. But I'm thinking I'm gonna use we're gonna use a black base for this card. So let's get it all mounted up and see. Actually, I don't know. See, that's the fun thing, is you can pick what side you want. Kind of little faintly ghost image. Ooh, what if we just did half? Ooh, I might do that, and then I'll be able to do 2 cards. Now, because this is a little warpy, we are gonna red tape that sucker down, and it will be fabulous. And if it still bows a little bit, I'll just put it under some books. But I'll get this taped down and be right back. All right, since that's all nice and taped down, in order to get this to stick, I think all I'm gonna do is add some glue where the black is. The glue will dry clear. I'm gonna be careful not to move it too much on the alcohol because I don't want it to interact with it. And I'm gonna be a little bit more deliberate with my lines. Speaking of lines, that doesn't look like the other side. Oops, I'm gonna stuck my finger right in that. Let's see if we can't finish this off. Oh, I was gonna do half of it, wasn't I? That's all right. My mind, I tell you. I think I do want half of it. So what I'm gonna do, since I boo-booed again, it's not a big deal. I'm just gonna use the back of this and glue it down and pick it up. There we go. Okay, let's trim that in half. Oh, yeah. See, there's always a save. And the glue will clean up off of our cutting, so I'm not worried about that. Gonna try and line up his center bits. Okay, get that out of there before it glues down. And then I'll just take a rag right in there and clean that up. I've done that before. Okay, so now we've got our 2 halves. Oh, yes. Ooh, you know, we can even, yeah, we're going to put the other half on the inside. We're going to spruce up the inside. Okay, we're going to do the same glue spots. Okay. Picked up. Try this without having to move it too much. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's much better. Okay. And then we're going to open this. We're going to put the other side right in there. Little shaking going on. Let's try this. There we go. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, I love that. So much better than the full image on the front. That way there I can see all of my beautiful flowers. And there we go. A not so scary fall, Day of the Dead, Halloween. This one hits a lot of the marks. And just see how coloring on the back gives us a lighter version of the colors, especially on vellum. And this is just a generic vellum I've had for years and years. So yeah. And the vellum through the embossing folder gave it some really interesting stretch marks. This would have been nice on its own. You can do this and then put vellum flowers on the background on just a black. That would be really pretty too. I hope this is inspiring for you. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you make something, you know, feel free to share it in our Facebook group, Chat with Sassy's Crafty Friends. Or you can hashtag Chat with Sassy on Facebook or Instagram. And I'd love to see what you make. Thanks for joining me today. Hope to see you again. Bye-bye.